So what do you do when your DJI Mavic Air drone lands somewhere unexpectedly? We're going to find out. Stay tuned. Alright, so this video is basically going to be a simulation of what it's like, or what you're going to do when your drone decides to land unexpectedly. Now, your drone can land unexpectedly for a couple of reasons, and we're going to go over those. So, obviously, this is not a good thing. When this happens, drones can get lost, or someone could get hurt, or property could get damaged. So it's always a good idea before you go flying your drone to check all your settings on your app. This is crucial and can actually resolve or prevent a drone from landing itself. So on the DJI Mavic Air, on the DJI website, or I'm sorry, on the DJI app, there are some settings that we need to go over. And if you look in the top right-hand corner of the screen, you'll see 3 dots. You're going to go ahead and press those, and that's going to open up your main menu. Next, you're going to go into your drone settings. Scroll all the way down to the bottom to advanced settings. Now, see at the bottom where it says RC signal lost? Mine is set to return to home. So if the signal is lost between the transmitter and the drone will return to home. However, there is a setting for landing and there is a setting for hover. So if you have this setting set to landing, whenever your drone loses connection with your transmitter, the drone will land wherever it lost signal. This is one way your drone can land unexpectedly. So just make sure you check your app and make sure it's set to return to home or hover. I don't recommend hover just because if you lose signal and your drone sits there and hovers, if you don't regain your signal, the drone could sit there and hover till it runs out of battery and it's going to land anyway. I really honestly feel that the best setting for RC signal lost is return to home. You want the drone to come back home if signal's lost. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take off. I'm going to fly my drone over to my house, which is about probably 500 meters away. Not very far, okay? And remember, guys, this is just a simulation, okay? We're just going to simulate what you can do to retrieve your drone if it lands unexpectedly. We do have a little bit of wind going on, 11-mile-an-hour winds. So definitely want to be careful. We don't want to go too high. So we're going to send the drone up to about 100 feet. Now, everything's looking good. You know, your battery life's looking good. You're having a great time flying your drone. And we're going to fly over to my yard. And I'm actually over to my church, which is about 500, I'm sorry, it's about 500 to 600 feet away, not meters. And what we're going to do is we're going to land the drone right in my yard. Now here's a couple things to take into account. If your drone somehow decides to land itself and you still have video, this is really important. Pan the gimbal down so you can see your environment where it's landing. Do yaw spins to see what's around. Is there any landmarks so you can recognize where your drone is landing? Use the benefit of having your video. You know, if you still have video when the drone's landing, use that to your advantage and try to scan out your surroundings to see, okay, my drone is going down. I can't do anything to prevent this from going down, but I can still yaw spin and I can still pan the gimbal down to see, you know, if there's any landmarks, any trees, any kind of buildings, anything around, so I know where the drone's landing. However, you might not have this luxury. So if you lose your RC signal, you may lose video as well. If you lose video, you are pretty much blind. Your drone is going down and you are blinded. You have no idea where the drone is landing. And this is what we're going to go over. So now the drone's landed, you have no idea where it is as far as you've not been able to see the video. Don't freak out. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to open your map. You're going to leave everything turned on. You're going to leave your phone turned on. You're going to leave the app running. You're going to leave your transmitter on. And you're going to sit and you're going to look at this map. You can see exactly where the drone is on this map by the red arrow. That's where the drone is. That is exactly where the drone has landed. Okay? The green line, that's where the drone's path. That's where the path is. The green H is where home point was recorded, and the blue dot is where you are. Now at this point you're probably freaking out and you're like, oh my gosh, my drone went down, what am I going to do? Don't freak out. Open your map up and you can see right here, get in your vehicle or on foot and start driving. You see that red arrow? That's pointing to the blue dot on the screen, which is you and the transmitter and your phone. It's actually tracking on the map. When you're moving, the blue dot is moving exactly where you are. So this is an excellent key to finding your drone. All you have to do is make the blue dot go exactly where the drone is. So as you're driving around looking at your map, basically, you're going to make sure that you, the blue dot, are going in the exact direction of where your drone has landed. You can see as I'm driving down the road, the blue dot is moving. Now it does take a little bit. It doesn't follow you like in real time. It ticks. It kind of like takes a little tick. It moves a tick and it waits and then it moves another tick. But you can get a general idea of where you are in reference to where your drone is. You can see now the blue tick is getting closer to where the drone landed. This is such an important tool. I'm so glad that DJI implements this in the controller and in the app. Okay? So all you have to do is just keep following. You're the blue marker on the map, and you can say, okay, I'm looking at my map. The drone is on the left, so you turn left. Or the drone is on the right, so turn right. You just follow it. And now you can see I'm walking over to where the drone landed. It's exactly where it said it was on the app, and the blue tick is exactly where we are, which is right where the drone is. And that's how easy it is to find your drone. Now, it can be harder depending on where your drone landed. If your drone landed on a roof or some kind of a structure, that can be a lot harder to retrieve. But this is the steps you need to take if you want to try to retrieve and locate your drone if it landed unexpectedly. So there's also another tool you can use. If you go into the app and go into your flight record, this is very useful information. So if you go to your flight data, click on your last map. This actually tracks your whole entire flight path from start to finish. It shows you the time that you took off. It shows you how high you went when you took off. It shows you your speed. It shows you how many satellites you have. It shows your battery life. It shows when home point was recorded. It shows how many feet away the drone is from home. These are all important instructions you can use to retrieve your drone. And it's right on the app. Even when your signal is lost, you can still pull this up and still use it to your advantage. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments. And guys, I'm not saying that every drone lost can and will be retrieved, but if this video can help someone to retrieve their lost drone, I really hope that it can. And some of you, this may be obvious information, and others you may not know. You may have not known that you had these tools at your fingertips. So once again, I'm just trying to help and hopefully help someone retrieve their drone, and if I can, then I have accomplished what I intended to accomplish by making this video. We'll see you guys on the next one, guys. Thanks so much. Edrone out.